really good result here for Peter Fernie, Quinella the last there with Secret Attire. And Lakdar Ramoli obviously coming here today to ride for Pete. He's now notched up a double and a great result.
Certainly is, and I'm hoping he can make it a treble here because I really like Close at Hand. Drops a kilo from the last start effort. Been going very well since joining Peter Fernie's yard. Whilst this is a KAMBALDA Cup, so there's some really high-class horses in it, I think he's the horse to beat.
Absolutely, and as touched on by Lakdar as well, Secret Attire looks to potentially be able to step out in distance in the near future. But our attention now does shift to the feature today, the TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup over the 1400 metres, the start of our cups here at the KBRC, and very exciting times ahead and a very open field. We'll start our preview now, Michael. We'll have a bit more of a chat later on. The one is Uncompromised. First up here today, Helen Harding, Zephyr Johnston Porter.
First up, no trial. He's 11 points higher than what he was this time last year, I should say. And this time last year, he ran a luckless second first up in a 1300 metre race, then ran fourth in the KAMBALDA Cup before winning the Tats Cup. He is probably better suited over a little bit further, and he is only first up here today. I'm expecting him to do his best work here, but look out for him in both the Tats and the KALGOORLIE Cup. He's next two.
Absolutely, and the two is the stablemate in Verlaines with Matty Derrick aboard.
Well, he's a former KALGOORLIE Cup winner, this horse. That was 686 days ago when he won the 2023 edition. He's had the three runs for Helen Harding, only the one in March. That was of 13 months between runs, and then two last preparation. He's now fresh in 7 weeks between runs. He'll be a lot better suited over more ground, this horse, and he's also drawn awkwardly, so he'll probably be back in the ruck, but look for him to be running on and improving as he steps up in trip.
The first of the Pearce gallopers here in the feature is the 3 and Galaxy Affair with Shania Webster aboard.
He's won a couple of races at KALGOORLIE, this horse, including this track distance, but last start he just got a little bit too keen when he was crossed through the early stages, and then he was also tightened for room in the straight. He was still only beaten 2 lengths and drops 4.5 kilos, so it wasn't a bad effort. He looks well placed now, and he gets 3.5 kilos on Close at Hand for being beaten pretty much less than 2 lengths last start, so it does look a significant weight differential.
The stablemate is the 4 in Influencing. Second up today, and Natika Riordan takes the ride.
His peak form would be winning this race, Influencing. He's a multiple Saturday winner, and his last win was on KALGOORLIE Cup Day in an $80,000 race this track distance last year. So he's well placed with only 56 kilos. He trialled well leading into this preparation, but it was only a 3-horse heat that was run in slow time. He struck a soft track first up. He strikes a soft track here again at KALGOORLIE, which is a little bit unlucky because his best form is all on top of the ground, and that's the reason why he's here at KALGOORLIE today. But he is 1 from 1 this track distance. He's drawn well, so I think he should still be an improver despite the given the ground.
Zing to Win is the 5, first time at the 1400 metres, and has been racing well, Peter Fernie, Jefferson saying.
Yeah, he's been consistent. He had a wonderful preparation here last year. He won about 5 straight, I think it was. This is his 11th start of the campaign this time in, though, and it's his first time ever at 1400 metres at start number 30. But he's probably been racing like he's looking for it. He's a 5-year-old now. He clocked the fastest last 200 metre sectional over 1300 metres last start, and he drops 4.5 kilos from that run as well after the claim of Jefferson saying.
The 6 is the stablemate in Close at Hand, and the favourite at $3.10 into $2.75 with Lakdar Ramoli aboard.
Yeah, I like him here. I think this is a nice race for him. 3 starts ago, this track distance, he dominated. He just ran over the top of rivals, was way too good for them. 2 starts ago, he led and he won by 3 lengths again. He led and ran all the fastest closing sectionals. He was in 5 weeks between runs going into last start. He had 59 kilos. He dropped back to the 1300 metres, and the eventual winner was on his back the entire race. He wasn't able to get separation, but he still hit the front, only lost by a head or a neck on the line. He's now had that run under his belt. He drops a kilo. I think he leads, but he's got options anyway from barrier 3. I think he's the horse to beat. He's undefeated this track distance.
The 7 is Platinum Shop, was a winner 2 starts ago. Dan Ben Pearce and Joey has a party.
Gee, she's had some sort of a preparation. This is start number 11 or 12 for her this time in. She's 3 weeks between runs, but she's been flying. Her 10 starts or 11 starts this time in, she's won 3 races and 4 minor placings as well. 3 starts ago, she ran the fastest closing sectionals of the day to run second to Cross Statement. 2 starts ago, she was a winner in a Metro 60 plus. Last start, she drew barrier 13 at Bunbury. She got back to near last. She made up about 4 or 5 lengths in the last furlong to finish 4th, beaten only a length. It was a huge run. I think she's the main danger to Close at Hand.
The 8 is High Pressure, also a winner 2 starts back for Brett Drury and Alex Hearn.
And has since been back to trials because he bombed the start by a few lengths last time out, but he also bombed the start at trials. I am a little bit surprised that he passed the trial that day because he was very, very slow out. He's drawn awkwardly here again. I probably settles last. That's the concern, but if he does happen to jump cleanly, he's more than capable because, as you mentioned, he was a winner 2 starts ago.
The 9 is Feuding, back to the 1,400 metres today, but as we mentioned, major weight relief. Only carries the 53 kilos after the claim of Holly Nottle. Peter Fernie trains.
He's probably the best weighted galloper on the card today. He's raced over further his last 7 starts. That's the query because the 1,400 metres is well short of his best trip, but he also dropped 7.5 kilos. His last 4 starts have been, he's carried between 60 and 61.5. He now only has 53 kilos. He's finished in the money at 10 of his 11 starts at Kalgoorlie. Wonderful strike rate, missing the money only once, and he's won 4 of those races. He's excluding being in the money at or top 2 at all 3 runs here at the 1,400 metres at Kalgoorlie. I thought he was the clear third choice.
The 10 is Got Lucky for Patrick Birmingham and Lisa Staples.
This horse has won 4 races. 3 of them were in concession on up on the dirt. Leonora, Leinster and Laverton Cups last year or the year before last. I think he's probably best suited back to those in October.
It's a Lance is the 11, is first up today off the back of 322 days. Peter Fernie, Chanel Cooper.
Yeah, it's been a while. His recent trial was good, but he's been a really nice cow horse throughout the journey, but he's 0 from 7 first up. He's now an 8-year-old, and this is probably the hardest race he's seen as well.
And the 12 is Scottish Laird for Ricky Brown, and Keshaw Duran replaces Ava Caterino.
Only 51 kilos today, so a weight dropper from his last couple, but he just fired up too much leading last start. He was over-raced through the early stages, ended up leading, and then he knocked up late to be beaten 2.5 lengths. He was good off speed 2 and 3 starts ago though, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to ride him like that today and try find cover.
We do have a senior aboard, however, though, in Keshaw Duran now, so just the 54 kilos, so won't be claiming with Ava Caterino, unfortunately injured. Taking a quick look at the market now, close at hand is the favourite, has been a very, very consistent galloper for the Fernie camp. Lakdaramoli goes aboard today. Willie Pike was on last start out here at Kalgoorlie, $3.10 into $2.50 and continuing to shorten since starting the preview. It was about $2.60 when we did open. Platinum Shot is the next best, $3.30 out to $5.50. Feuding, as mentioned, the major weight relief here, carried 60 kilos last start, and just the 53 here today is at $7.50. Influencing, second up today. We know he is a very good horse on his day as well, is $9.50. Zing to Win, also at the $9.50 quote. Galaxy Affair, $13. Scottish Laird, $15, with a new rider in Keshaw Duran aboard there. Uncompromised, first up today, is $17. It's a Lance, another first up galloper at $26. Verlaines, third start this preparation, $34. High Pressure, $41. And Got Lucky, the outsider, at $51. Michael, we've got about just under 4 minutes remaining. From a speed perspective, because this is quite interesting the way the track has been playing out today, who do we see as our likely leaders?
Well, I thought it was the horse I'm tipping close at hand as the likely leader here, because the last time he led, he won, but I took confidence in the fact that he's also been very effective sitting just behind the speed, and from barrier 3, if he doesn't lead, I thought he'd probably be 1 out, 1 back, which is probably the place to be. So I was confident from a speed race shape perspective that he gets in nicely here, but you're right, because it has been off-speed horses here, which was a little bit of a surprise for me when you consider that I'm Genevieve came from midfield in the first race. Bondi Sun was just behind the pace in the second race. Third race was over 2,100 metres, so that is a bit of an outlier, but still our Sunny Time settled outside the leader, which was an outlier. The fourth race, High Precision, came from the second half of the field, and same as Secret Attire in the previous. The leader, On Just Terms, did give a really nice kick, looked the winner, and did run second. So I still think the on-speed horses are going well, but it is a little bit of a different pattern to what we've known from these out wider rail positions from the season so far to date. So it does give every horse a chance. but I'm still pretty keen on Close at Hand here. I think he's found a nice race. When I consider Platinum Shot is his main danger and is likely 3 back the fence, I think Close at Hand, if he can settle in the first 2 or 3, he should be there to win. So 6, 7, 9 and 4 for me. He's second up from a freshen up here, Close at Hand. He carried 59 kilos last start, 5 weeks between runs. Hit the front, was gunned down late by a horse who was on his back the entire race. Prior to that, he won 2 in a row. Was super impressive. He's 2 from 2 this track distance. I think he ticks a few boxes. So 6, Close at Hand for me. From 7, Platinum Shot. This is her 11th start of her campaign. She's had a wonderful preparation. She's been up for some time, but she's not showing any signs of training off because she's been hitting the line brilliantly. She did so again yesterday. Last start. She made up a stack of ground. 9 in Feuding is the weighted horse of the meeting, probably. He's dropped 7.5 kilos from his last start, drops even more from previous runs, so he is well placed despite the drop back to 1,400 metres. And 4, Influencing, I think can be a big improver here at Kalgoorlie. He's 1 from 1 this track distance, and this is an easier race than what he's faced the last couple of preparations. 6, 7, 9 and 4.
6, 7, 9 and 4 here for Michael Heaton ahead of the feature on today's program, the TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup over the 1,400 metres, the $30,000 feature. We've got 6 on top in Close at Hand. Has been fluctuating a little bit just as Michael was making some comments there. Did get back out to the $2.70 quote, but has firmed back into $2.50 and is our favourite for Peter Fernie and Natika Riordan. Hopefully can get the job done for the locally trained galloper. Runners are making their way in nicely as we see Close at Hand heads into the gates, all sound and well, so we'll hand you upstairs now to Royce Newton to call us home.
Thanks, Tess. Yes, runners coming forward well here for the TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup. Today's feature race, $30,000 at the finishing line as Scottish Laird's about to join the line, the bottom weight. So Close at Hand, 260. Been well supported in the market. Next best, Platinum Shot at $6. Feuding $7.50. Influencing $9.50. Upwards others. Thanks, Jesse, as Tab Radio join us now. So we've got roughly 3 or 4 to come forward to complete the line for the TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup. Over at the Tab Touch Hannon's Handicap start, 1,400 metres ahead of them. For today's feature, Alex Hearn about to bring high pressure into line. So that will just leave Zing to win, and it's a Lance to join the line. A field of 12, capacity field with the rail at 7 metres. And a good little race here. Dan Ben Pearce represented by 3 runners. Helen Harding has 2 engaged. Peter Fernie with 4 of the 12 runners has Zing to win. Is about to come forward. Jefferson Sang in the saddle, 3 kilo claiming apprentice. Natika Riordan, we saw a peach of a ride on Secret Attire in the previous, and it'll probably be similar sort of tactics with Close at Hand, albeit Close at Hand can sit a bit closer to the speed. So it's a Lance to come forward and complete the line. The TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup, we're about to get underway. Red lights on, stand by. Set to fly in the feature. Ready to go now. Gates fly back. They're off. Racing now. Platinum Shot just a stride slow out of the machine. Got lucky going back with the top weight uncompromised. With early speed, it's a Lance pushing forward. Close at Hand up there with Influencing the Fence and Galaxy Affair trying to cross. They were followed by Zing to win on the outside. And then we had next of all Scottish Laird down on the inside. Feuding just to the outside next of all. They were followed by High Pressure. Then we had Platinum Shot who settles down in the second half of the field. Together with Uncompromised, Verlaine second last, and it's Got Lucky last of all. So the field of 12, they head to the side of the course, and it's a Lance showing the way out by a length. Running second is Zing to win. Influencing getting a nice run third. The Fence likewise Close at Hand fourth. Then we had Galaxy Affair, High Pressure, Scottish Laird. Well back in the field then to Feuding, Platinum Shot, also Uncompromised, Verlaine's and Got Lucky is last. So 8 lengths covers the field of 12, and it's a Lance showing the way. Leads out still by a half a length. Zing to win. Down on the inside, Influencing ready to pop off the fence. fence. Then Close at Hand, who's being put into the race now, extricated 3 wide. High Pressure was next with Galaxy Affair. The fence, Scottish led, sticking to the paint. Platinum Shot and Feuding heading the remainder inside the final 250. Zing to Win coming through and influencing now, bursting through. Close at Hand, just one pace for the time being. It's a Lance with influencing, and It's a Lance the fence. Zing to Win, Close at Hand, High Pressure late, influencing. It's a Lance. They go to the line, influencing. Influencing has won the KAMBALDA Cup from It's a Lance, who never gave up the ghost. They were followed in next of all. We had Photo for third with Close at Hand, Feuding there. Scottish led, Zing to Win, Galaxy Affair, High Pressure. Next in Got Lucky, Platinum Shot, didn't fire. They were followed in by Uncompromised and Verlaine's a long last in the KAMBALDA Cup. Influencing. What a day for Natika Riordan. Takes out the TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup. Influencing at the track was 1 for 1 coming into the race and keeps that unbeaten record at the KBRC. And perhaps a Hannon's chance going forward with the 3 kilo claim today. Influencing, just having a look at the odds for you here. Influencing will return $7.10 and $2.70 on tote. A big run by It's a Lance, the 11 to finish second. Chanel Cooper in the saddle there, so the 2 apprentices have fought it out. 9 gets third, that's Feuding. And 6 gets fourth, Close at Hand, every chance. A long head by a length and 3/4, 1:26.86 the time. But it goes to Influencing, the TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup. By Oratorio from Surrendering, Dan and Ben Pearce, the trainers. Ridden by Natika Riordan. And a host of owners, including the CC'd Me In Syndicate, Don't Tell the Boys Syndicate, the Harbour Gals Syndicate, Mrs. J. Godfrey, K. Green, C. Peterson, S. Young, K. Foreman, N. De Corsi, K. Shivers, K. Till, M. Gotti, K. Barnard, C. Barbato, also L. Smith, L. Johnson, T. Noons, J. Hurd, J. Pereira and the Bad Girls Syndicate. Second in is the 11. That's It's a Lance. Pete Fernie, Chanel Cooper by Blackfriars from Idyllic Queen, owned by Andrew Ingalls. Third. Across the line was the 9 Feuding for Pete Fernie and Holly Noddle by Shooting to Win from Destination Tucson, owned by Nick Carapalotti, G. Hawkins, Terry Layton, Bernie Gryan, the 1-1 Pod Syndicate, C. Wells, T. Dunn, B. McManus, C. Lawson, K. Coleman, Cox, A. Cooney and N. Addison. Fourth in was the 6, Close at Hand, the favourite. 4:11.96. Let's go down to the yard and hear from the Pearce brothers after the win of Influencing in the KAMBALDA Cup.
Thanks, Royce. I've got Ben here. Ben, great result, obviously. Influencing 1 from 1, now 2 from 2. You must have been pretty confident coming into today.
Yeah, I mean, he's been out of form for a little bit, so the trial was good. So, yeah, we were sort of hoping to see him bounce back, and, yeah, just based off his track form, that gave us a bit of confidence.
What were the instructions to Natika? She's already had a win on the board today and has been in good form. And one of your first rides for your stable, I believe?
Yeah, first ride for our stable. She's riding good, so I just had a quick chat before, and yeah, just go forward and see how it pans out. And yeah, there was a bit of pressure there, so she let the leaders go and camped on them nice.
Do we look to a Hannon's now?
Yeah, I think it's a possibility for a horse that just seems to perform so well at the track. I think it is something that we'll look at.
Makes the trip well worth it. Can we have a a treble today?
No, well, we've only got one more runner, so we're going to battle to get a treble, but a double would be nice.
See, I get a little bit nervous around you, I think, Ben. I called you down the other day, but, well, hopefully a double will be nice to end the day.
Yeah, thanks, Tiff.
Here's Natika.
Natika, first ride aboard this horse, had a lovely run, leaders back, but that leader really gave some cheek, gave you something to chase.
Yeah, definitely. The leader was going a little bit hard. My initial plan was to lead or go forward, but didn't want to chase that one too much, so just let it go.
What were your confidence levels at the top of the straight? Because I'm sure you thought that you had that leader within its grasp, but it just kept kicking.
Yeah, it did keep kicking a little bit, but my horse was still pretty strong on the bridle, so I thought we had a pretty good chance.
double today. You must be really pleased with the way you're going. Triple at Carnarvon recently as well. How are you enjoying your first few months here in the saddle?
Yeah, loving every minute of it, just trying to soak it up and build as many connections as I can.
You're doing a great job. Well done.
Thank you.
There's Natika Riordan combining with the Pearce brothers and influencing, taking out the feature here today, the TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup over the 1400 metres. 4, 11, 9 and 6 for the numbers here in the feature. 1 to come on today's program.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed the running of the 2025 TERRA Drilling KAMBALDA Cup, taken out by Influencing, prepared by Dan Ben Pearce, ridden by Natika Riordan. To present the winning trophies, I'd like to welcome Don Lee to the stand, representing the KALGOORLIE Boulder Racing Club.
Thank you, ladies and gents. Those of you who made the decision this morning to brave the elements and to what turned out to be a very nice afternoon for our first cup meeting for the season, leading into the round of the KAMBALDA Cup. So well done all yous who did get here, but also well done to those magnificent people who sponsor our races. I'll just go through the few that we have got here today, which is BMGS, Aquila Mining, Price Mining Services, KAMBALDA Footy Club, I see the boys over there having a good time, BML Ventures, TERRA Drilling, always have been good supporters of KALGOORLIE Boulder Racing, and we do appreciate the TERRA Drilling guys, and Bob McPherson's 80th birthday. Happy birthday, Bob, wherever you may be. So congratulations to those involved in the winning horse, Influencing, and great to see the PS boys up here at the right time of the season. I'd like to introduce Mr. Glenn Garben to present the trophy on behalf of TERRA Mining. And so here's Glenn, thank you.
Thanks, Don. Congratulations first to Natika for such a great ride, and also to Ben and Daniel and all the owners. Well done. On behalf of TERRA Drilling, I've been asked to present the trophy today. Toad, or Jeremy and Pat, they're over in the Flinders Ranges at the moment on another charitable mission. They're on a variety club bash, so they couldn't be here today. But they are big supporters of the KBRC and the KAMBALDA and Kalgoorlie community. So well done to Jeremy and Pat. They're happy to continue their association with not only the racing fraternity but the community in general and KAMBALDA. I'll just say a big welcome to all the people from KAMBALDA, and especially to the footy club, and the footy club are happy to have this association and KAMBALDA with the KBRC to be ongoing. So without any further ado, Dave, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Cheers.
On the best, mate.
Thank you.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you. This is actually an all-ladies horse, all owned by all the girls back home, so been stitched up here a bit, but just like to thank all the sponsors and the Kalgoorlie Race Club and Pearce Racing and Natika for a great ride. Thank you very much.
That concludes the presentation for this year's KAMBALDA Cup. A big well done to Natika Riordan for riding the winner, Daniel and Ben Pearce for preparing, influencing. Congratulations to the Connections, and a big thanks to TERRA Drilling as well for sponsoring the race. One more race to come here from Kalgoorlie. Hopefully you can back a winner.